Hey everybody, Cardlin here, and today we're doing the Q&A video for 2,500 subscribers. For those of you who are unaware, I make a video like this every 500 subscribers or so to kind of reach out to you all, as well as give any announcements or say anything I need to say. Now I'll supply links in the annotations to the different question categories, and if you just want to hear the announcements at the end, there will be a link for that as well. Now then, we have a lot of questions to go through. Some fun, some interesting, and some truly bizarre. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. This first category of questions are all about the process of audios in general. Let's see, Lobo asks, what inspires you to do such wonderful things like these, other than requests? First off, thank you for calling them wonderful, it feels good knowing I can help people with my audios and my expression. A lot of this whole experience is great, but it's knowing that I can help people that really keeps me going. Emma asks, what's the reason you started to make ASMR videos, and how long does it take to make one video? And by the way, I love all of your works and mostly your voice. Thank you, Emma. It started by hearing other people do it on Reddit and thinking I wanted to give back to the community. It was kind of the perfect blend of my two favorite personal passions, writing and voice acting. As for making a video, it's really more a matter of finding the inspiration and time without getting distracted. Recording takes however long the audio is. Editing is about as long, unless there are a lot of sound effects that can make the editing time rack up drastically. Then crunching it into a video takes about 20 minutes or so of rendering and editing, and then uploading takes a little while as well, depending on the length. All in all, I'd say the process takes about 2 to 3 hours. Script writing, though, that's the hard part. Anonymous asks, are your posts or answers queued, or do you just do it whenever you have the time? I do my best to stick to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. Sometimes this means staying up till the wee hours, recording and editing, and sometimes it means pulling something up out of the old archive and uploading it. Lately, I've been trying to record multiple things at once so that I'm not always scrambling at the last minute. Question number 5. Yeslani asks, first, let me say it, I love your voice and your work. Thank you, Yeslani. Hope I said your name right. Second, may I ask, how do you do the orgasms part of your audios? Are you inspired in something? Would you try to make... let's see. I just kind of put myself in the moment and kind of let myself go. I turn off the parts of my brain that aren't engrossed in the narrative and just go at it. Danny asks, how do you get out of a slump you feel has been going on for forever? First off, it's important to let yourself have slumps and not to beat yourself up over it. Second, if I'm trying to get out of one, I try and chase inspiration. Like I'll watch a movie I think that'll motivate me, or I'll play a game with an intriguing story. I'll listen to other audios and see what I can glean from their performances and stuff like that. Jada asks, have you ever thought about accents in your audios? I have thought about trying accents, but I'm scared of failing at them. I'm not very well trained in them, you know? I did a bit of an accent in the Beauty and the Beast audios, if you're curious. Anonymous asks, out of curiosity, what did you have in mind for the Try Something New audio? So I spoke with Typo, my friend who wrote it, and I'm pretty sure she wrote it without a specific act in mind. That's kind of the point, you know? It can be anything you want it to be. Anonymous asks, hi Cardlin, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I am. I wanted to ask you if you intend to do any audio similar to the Beauty and the Beast series. Those two are really great. I definitely do. I didn't think my darker audios would go over so well, but I'm really glad they have, as those audios serve as a really great outlet for that side of me. Expect more in the future. Question number 10. Anonymous asks, what do you usually do while recording? What is it like? Because whenever I listen to your audios, I can't help but imagine you and your boxers in a dark corner of your room, lights off, middle of the night, talking to yourself with your computer. Am I right? You're mostly correct, actually. I usually wear clothes, though, and I'm talking to the microphone, but the rest of it is pretty accurate. I've got a drink nearby, I've got my script up on one of my monitors, I'm in a comfy position, I just filter everything else out until there's nothing but me, the mic, and the script. Next question asked by Marine. Are you home alone? Because if you're always that loud, then someone can hear you. I live with a roomie and I record late at night, like it's currently about 3 in the morning. I try and record when the world is asleep, so either she doesn't hear me or she's really polite about it. Next question by Anonymous. Hey Cardlin, big fan here. I recently discovered your channel and think voice/audio acting is a cool concept. Thank you. Most of your current scenarios are based on romantic day-to-day situations. Since your long-term goal is to become a voice actor, have you ever thought about developing an audio series with a longer plot and cast? I think about this a lot, yeah. But it would require a lot of work, a lot of script writing, getting other voice actors to fill out the cast. It's a whole other beast. Still, I'm not opposed to the idea, and I hope to get to doing it sometime in the new year. This next series of questions are about specific series or script ideas. Kaylin Strobel, I hope I said that right, asks, are you considering doing a part 2 of the Suicidal Significant Other audio? Not really. I think that story is good as is. I think I've done everything with that script that I need to do. Sweet Evil Doll asks, hi, I love your work. Will you ever do a gay erotic audio, like a yaoi one? I would love to hear some lines from you. Yeah, I'm definitely open to the idea. I've just been looking for a good script or some proper motivation to write one. Question number 15, Anonymous asks, please sing more in your audios. You've got a lovely voice that I'd definitely like to hear more of. Well, I'll be the first to disagree, and based on some feedback I've been getting, I wouldn't be the last. But sure, yeah, it makes you happy, it makes the missus happy, and it's a good way to keep my rotation of audios and videos lively. So expect a new song of sorts soon. Next question, Anonymous asks, ever thought of doing an audio for a pregnant SO, significant other, that's going through pain? I've been getting a lot of requests like this one lately, and I plan on responding to it soon. When it comes to requests, it's important to realize that with me only doing about 3 videos a week and still wanting to do my own content that I'm personally inspired to do, script requests can take some time in getting out there, so sit tight. I can't promise when it will get done, but it will happen eventually, I promise. This next set of questions are about what seems to always be a favorite topic of sorts. These questions are about my girlfriend. Let's see, Anonymous asks, random question, but what's your girlfriend's favorite script you've done? Don't know why, just curious. Sure, she says it was The Baby You're Asleep, right? Script. Quick little story, it actually pulled her out of lurking on Reddit and made her make an account so she could comment. We've been friends ever since, and more. Anna Lorena asks, if you don't mind and your girlfriend doesn't mind, would you mind sharing a bit about her? Just to kind of what she's like. What you guys like to do together, hobbies, likes and dislikes. Sure. I ran this one by her just to be sure. She's first and foremost, and most importantly in my opinion, one of my best friends. I can and do spend whole days with her at a time and never get tired of it. We watch a lot of Netflix, keep up with our favorite shows, occasionally play games. She watches me write or listens to me record. We hang out with friends. We do date nights where I'll order us both pizzas and we'll settle in to watch a movie or two or something. She's funny, she's fun, she's supportive, she's cute, she's beautiful. She knows what she is and what she isn't, and I love her for it. Real easy on the eyes, too. She makes me smile, and lets me make her smile, Samantha asks, if you could go anywhere in the world with your girlfriend, where would you go? I'd love to take her to the Philippines one day, introduce her to the family, the culture, and, the cuisine. Alright, this next bunch of questions, which is the majority of the questions, actually, these are all just random, essentially. So question number 20, Anonymous asks, hi, I noticed your Daddy Little Girl audio, DDLG audio. Just wondering why you're into the daddy kink, what's the turn on? I get the dom aspect and even the little space idea, I mean, being a doted upon princess sounds great, not the binkies at all, for me at least. I generally don't get the daddy kink part. Clue me in? I suppose I surprisingly know a lot of guys who are all about this. No judgment, just curious. Sure, in the same way one plays Grand Theft Auto without actually wanting to jack cars and run over people, or the way you want to play Dungeons & Dragons without wanting to live in a time before modern plumbing, it's fun to toy with the forbidden and or bizarre. Specifically with DDLG, which is Daddy Little Girl, the already fun dom and sub relationship is heightened with that extra sense of, forbidden naughtiness. The role-playing of that intimate yet illegal can be fun to play with the same way danger is fun to flirt with, but you go in knowing the actual full act, the actual crime, is the actual forbidden part is ludicrous, and you'd never do it in anywhere but a fantasy. Next question. Anonymous asks, "Hi Cardlin, are you naughty or nice?" I'd say mostly nice with some naughty tendencies. Anonymous asks, "Hi Cardlin, what are your 3 weaknesses?" I'm a sucker for a good sob story, puppy dog eyes, and my deeply seated sense of Catholic guilt. But I'd say those are my 3 biggest weaknesses. Anonymous asks, "Are you a directioner?" I like some of their songs, but I wouldn't say I'm a directioner. While I'm on the topic though, I can hear the reactions to this already, and I have to say, I think there are equal amounts of wrong with being obsessed over one thing as there is being prejudiced against one thing. Just listen to what you like and be about what you want to be about, Anonymous asks, "What's the first video game you ever played?" Probably the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES. I still remember the way I lit up when my mom had me get something for her in the car trunk, and I found the NES box poorly hidden under some jackets. It was pretty awesome. Question number 25. Anonymous asks, "Who is your favorite companion or companions from Fallout 4 so far?" I've only found 4 myself. I used dog meat until I met Piper. I invited her along because it seemed to make the most sense to the story. When I found out I could romance her, I pursued it because she looked like my dead wife. In game, don't spaz. I don't have a dead wife in real life. Question number 26. Anonymous asks, "Who's your favorite Game of Thrones character or house?" Favorite character? I like Varys. He seems to be one of the few characters who is both good and smart. As for favorite house, I'm still pulling for House Stark because the North remembers. Anonymous asks, "Hi, where can we go if we want to give you a little donation for the holidays or because you are amazing?" Well, thank you very much. That's so nice of you. Stay tuned to the end of this where I actually have a special announcements about this. For all of you feeling generous or wanting some special custom Cardlin gifts this holiday season. Anonymous asks, "How do you feel about people who are self-conscious of their body, especially ones on the heavier side like myself?" Now, I know it can be tough, especially when you try and find a balance between the feel-goodery messages you see online and the quote-unquote harsh realities you experience in the real world. My advice is this: don't worry about being beautiful, you already are. If you're unhealthy in a physical sense and you want to get healthier for whatever reason, pursue that. It's my understanding that people of all sizes can have problems with issues of self-image, so focus more on your physical capabilities and strengths. Your health, As for how I feel about people who are self-conscious about their bodies, well, I love them as I'd love anyone else. We've all got flaws. Mr. Klefki asks, "I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but at least I should try. In regards about you getting toy bears, have you ever thought of going to a Build-A-Bear workshop? I think you can make your toy bears in there. Anyways, just suggestion, have a nice day." I have considered that actually, and even though it would mean I quote-unquote made them by hand, it still feels kinda generic and not really special or unique. It would probably also be pretty expensive by the end. I'd much rather help an indie toy maker make some scratch and get their work out there, as well as put something unique in the whole and wholly custom in your hands. Question number 30. Anonymous asks, "This will be super random. How do you prepare for a managerial position in a job?" I've recently been offered a promotion where I will take over as manager to the company. While I'm very flattered to be even thought of, I can't help but feel petrified. I'm the youngest member of the team, with the others being more than half my age. More than double my age? I feel they might think I'm too young and take advantage. Sorry for the paragraph I've just written. I'm totally lost on what to do. Let's see. That's a wholly interesting question. I love it. I've been a team manager at a few places now, and it's an entirely different experience. On a grander scale, remember that good leaders lead from the front and set a good example, as opposed to delegating everything and throwing their team under the bus. Be open to suggestions, but stick to your decisions when you make them, and smile, smile, smile. Having been on both sides of the spectrum, I can say that some of my best experiences have been working with a team that doesn't fear me, or from the other end, working with a manager I didn't fear. Anonymous asks, I've thought of a fan name. Maybe we can be called Cardinators. Cardinators, that's a name. It sounds kind of violent. I don't know. I like it. Cardinators, sure. But maybe we can find something else. Anonymous asks, I've just started following you less than 2 days ago. I'm so glad I found you. Thank you. I'm glad you found me too. And I just saw you reblog something from Steven Universe. I was wondering, what do you think of the series? I think it's great. I'm a big fan of these cartoons that start off silly but end up taking on a more serious, season-spanning story like Adventure Time, or Gravity Falls, or Bravest Warriors. Steven Universe took a while to get to, the good stuff, but it's been pretty consistent since then. I think it teaches some great messages, especially about acceptance and being loyal. Anonymous asks, I'm sorry if this is too personal a question, but have you ever had a DDLG type relationship with anyone before? Again, that's daddy little girl. No, I have not, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'd like to. I like playing with it in the bedroom and elsewhere sometimes, but extending that into every aspect of life seems a little bit like role-playing to me, and I like being intimate and personal with my significant other in all aspects. I want my partner to be just that, my partner, and while I'm happy to, and naturally inclined to, take a dominant role in the relationship, I like knowing I can pamper my baby for fun, but she can hold her own without me. Anonymous asks, hey Cardlin, just wanted to know what your favorite kind of kiss is. For example, French kiss, butterfly kiss, etc. My favorite kind of kiss is the slow, sweet one that wakes you up. A soft, casual one you press to their cheek in between sentences. I'm not so caught up on the type of kiss as I am the reason behind it, If I were to choose a type, though, I'd say it'd be your classic, soft and sweet kiss, lips to skin. Question 35. Anonymous asks, hi Cardlin, since the holidays are upon us, I wanted to know if you had any TV shows you like or are currently watching. I love your audios, by the way. Thank you. I like a lot of shows. I watch a lot of shows. Let's see. I'm just going to list a bunch that I keep up with. Let's see. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Louis, Shark Tank, Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, Breaking Bad, Adventure Time, South Park, Family Guy, The Layover, No Reservations, The Great British Baking Show, True Detective, Game of Thrones, Bob's Burgers, Key and Peele, Parks and Rec, Workaholic, Silicon Valley, Flight of the Conchords, Over the Garden Wall, The Office. I watch a lot of shows, you guys. Anonymous asks, is it strange that I think of you as a friend, even though I'll never meet you and live on the other side of the world? A, it is not strange to think of me as a friend. I think of you as a friend. And B, who's to say we'll never meet, right? Anonymous asks, do you have any pets? My roomie has a Labrador/Retriever mix named Milo, and I love him tons, but no pets yet. Anonymous asks, congrats on hitting 2K. Thank you. I was just wondering, you said you like the Game of Thrones TV series more than the books. I was just wondering why. So I really liked the books at first. Martin was very fearless and brave in the way he wrote those earlier books. I feel like since then he's grown more, more cowardly, and that he's afraid of doing what I feel is the hardest thing a writer can do, which is end their story. I think he keeps writing in all of these new characters and plots because he's running away from the ending we all already know is there, and frankly, I think that's cowardly. I get I get passionate about this, you guys. I can rant for a minute about it. I'm a big nerd. But to summarize, however, I hate series that don't end. I like the TV series because it is succinct, makes plain the subplots that Martin kind of obfuscates in his prose, and is committed to delivering an ending, which I like. Let's see, Anonymous asks, "Hi, you wouldn't happen to have a GWA Reddit account, would you?" I do. It's Cardlin, like my channel name, but without the audio bit. Question number 40. Anonymous asks, "Cardlin, do you listen to Melanie Martinez?" I do. I really dig her style. Anonymous asks, "What's your favorite type of bear and why?" You know, nothing beats a big old fuzzy grizzly bear, though I like polar bears a lot too. Let's see, Anonymous asks, "First of all, hi. Sorry, this is kind of long." It's actually not very long. "Do you like dogs or cats more, and why?" I prefer dogs because of their instant loyalty and general niceness. I'm a big fan of the story on Cosmos of how the Grey Wolves allied themselves with humans through taming and symbiosis too. I dig knowing that a dog's got my back if I've got theirs, you know? Lily asks, "What are your favorite pizza toppings?" I like a white pizza with stuff like chicken, garlic, artichoke hearts, and spinach. Let's see, Jada asks, "What do you plan to do on Christmas?" It's actually a bit of a sad one this year, I'm afraid. My family's going to be mostly out of town or with their other sides of their respective families. My mom's spending it out in the Philippines. Luckily, my gal said she'd spend the day with me, even though she doesn't normally celebrate it. What a sweetheart. Question 45. Princess Lene asks, "What advice do you have for littles looking for their dream partners or vice versa? I've been feeling helpless about finding someone." Have you considered using like a fetish-oriented site to find someone who's into what you do? Sites like FetLife are out there, and while they're just as prone to failure as any other dating site, it might be a better way to find someone into the same things you are. Nicole asks, "Howdy, how would you describe your clothing style? Also, would you prefer dating someone that dresses similar to you to the point where you two could occasionally match, or would you rather date someone with a very different style from your own?" Let's see. My own clothing style is somewhere between hip-hop and casual, I suppose. When it comes to dating, I don't mind if she dresses similar to me or not, though it would be nice if she had a sense of style all her own. Also, as much as this is a negative cliche, I'm actually not too attached to my own sense of style and wouldn't mind if she wanted to try and dress me, pick out clothes she felt matched my look. I wear a lot of hats, like no fedoras, no bowlers, but you know, newsboy hats, cargo hats, flat bills, beanies, like in some of the art. I wear those a lot. Dolores Rose asks, "As a 90s kid, I love watching 90s shows. They are the best, hands down. What are your two favorite 90s kid shows? Can be animated, non-animated, game shows, whatever." That's hard to pick. You know, I really love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I never missed an episode of Doug. I love Doug. Miss Lioness asks, "Do you play any sports? If yes, what sports? If not, do you watch any?" I don't play sports usually, but my friends got me into watching MMA, like UFC. It seemed too brutal at first, but I realized that there's actually a lot of discipline and honor in what these people do and why they do it, and there are a lot of great role models in the industry, actually. Let's see, question number 50, getting close to the end here. Sophia asks, "Would you rather have your whole house covered in styrofoam balls or covered in glitter?" Yikes, this is fully and wholly terrible. I mean, either way, it's a nightmare, right? But styrofoam balls, I suppose? I feel like I have a better chance of escaping them eventually, whereas glitter will just last a lifetime. Let's see. Tati asks, "What do you have in your life that you never thought you would have and never thought you deserved?" my girlfriend? I've been in relationships before, of course, but I never thought I could find or deserve a girl this wholly and entirely fulfilling. Anonymous asks, hi, I don't want to say my name because I'm shy. That's okay. I have 2 questions. Do you have a favorite voice actor? And 2, I love you so much and I kind of like drawing characters for stories I make up. I made up a character inspired by you. Is that okay? Sure, it's definitely okay. Let's see. Let's get back to your question. My favorite voice actor is John DiMaggio, both because of his versatility and his personality, especially the way he's so encouraging to fledgling voice actors, And sure, draw what you like. I'd love to see it if you're willing to share. I've been meaning to post and share my favorite fan art stuff sometime soon. Allie Kitten asks, which do you prefer? Blondes, brunettes, or gingers? And does it matter if a girl is skinny or a little chubby? Honestly, just being completely honest, I don't really have preferences. I've dated girls of all types, and the one thing I've learned is that it's the quality of their content that matters, not the color of the packaging. Zora asks, do you think you can possibly be more amazing? Oh, jeez. Okay, yes, actually. There's a lot I can do. Not that I'm amazing to begin with, but it's important that when, it comes to personal growth, we never become complacent, You can always be striving to be better, I think. Question number 55, Anonymous asks, would you date someone with a severe mental illness? Yeah. Claire asks, what's your favorite Pokemon? I think I get asked this like once every Q&A video, and I never get tired of answering it. It's Snorlax. I love Snorlax. Let's see. Anonymous asks, do you have any tips for starting a career in the gaming industry? Yeah, have a degree in something they need. That having been said, keep in mind that video game companies are just that, companies, and they need more than just people on the creative side. They need customer support, finance, HR, marketing, graphic designers, the whole shebang. That having been said, if you want to get in on the creative side or you want to help make games, I'd say learn Unity and coding and get certified. That's usually a surefire way to get in. Anna Lorena asks, what's your favorite thing about video games? I'd say it's their ability to convey a story in a deeply intimate way that, when done right, can surpass any other medium, in my opinion. I don't know if this is pronounced Rae or Rage or Raj. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that. But they're asking, do you have brothers or sisters? I'm actually an only child, which probably explains the narcissism. Question number 60. Anonymous asks, can you cook decently? I can put a meal together and follow a recipe, and I cook some of my meals. Shaw asks, do you miss the Philippines? I do, though I mostly miss the people and the food. Anonymous asks, what are your favorite foods? Filipino cuisine is my absolute favorite, and either Italian or Japanese is a close second. If I had to choose a dish I love, though, it would probably be giniling, which is a Filipino stew with ground or minced pork and potatoes. Potatoes. B asks, do you ever have days where you feel like everything you make sounds bad? If so, how do you deal with it? If I think it sounds bad, like outright unusable, I'll just re-record it. Either then or later when I feel inspired. I've recognized my voice sounds different at different times of the day and based on the environment. So if it sounds passable, though, passable, not horrible but not astounding, I'll usually chalk it up to just having spent too much time working on it, and I'll just put it out there. Sometimes you just can't get the sound you want to get, so you just gotta press forward and hope you get it in the next one. Anonymous asks, would you date someone who stutters? Definitely. Question number 65, we're almost done here. Ivana asks, do you have any favorite Filipino TV shows, movies, and artists? I haven't really been into the culture out there since I was living out there a while ago, and back then my favorites were the Eraserheads, Parokya ni Edgar, and on TV I remember I used to watch Yu Yu Hakusho. Anonymous asks, have you seen Inside Out? If so, who's your favorite character? You know, though I really liked the story, I didn't really like any of the characters all too well. Like, individually, they were all chock full of flaws and kind of annoying in their own way, you know? Because they were so one-sided in a lot of ways. If I had to choose one person I liked, I'd say it was Riley, actually. She seemed pretty cool. Or maybe Bing Bong. Yoli asks, what would be the hardest thing for you to do? Wow. Probably cut all ties with my friends and family. I don't always show it as well as I should, but they really mean everything to me. Like, making them happy, being part of their lives is probably my highest honor. Caitlin asks, I don't mean to be rude, but do you have any vices, Cardi? Cardi, I like that. Nothing I consider a vice, really. I don't drink, though I will if the social setting calls for it. Other than that, I don't do any other drugs or have any other bad addictions. Caitlin asks again, any New Year's resolution? Yeah, to keep with this channel and continue to grow it, to meet my girlfriend for the first time, and to end the year with my name credited in at least one project as a voice actor. Questions number 70, it's the last question. Where'd you get that body from? I got it from my daddy. Alright, in an effort to keep these shorter and more streamlined, I'm no longer going to be doing script samples. You know, I'd rather put more heart into the actual writing and performing of scripts than spending the best lines here in a preview. Some quick announcements. Some things I'm still looking for is a toy or stuffy or plushie maker to partner up with to make a Cardi Bear. I still want your poetry, so if you have poetry you want me to read that you've written yourself, send it to me. I'll put a link in the description below. I also need your scripts, your script ideas, and your feedback. Those script links to all of that is below as well in the description. So please, if you have something you want to offer up, I'm more than happy to do it. Some other things I want to say is I went through your feedback and I'm going to be trying some new audio types. I'm going to be doing an Undertale Let's Play series, and I'm going to be reading Pride and Prejudice as like an audiobook. I like to keep pushing the envelope and challenging myself with new things, so I thought I'd broaden my horizons a bit, you know, try something new. This next topic is kind of near and dear to my heart. After much deliberation and arguing with myself, I've decided to launch my Patreon. You can find it in the link below. To bare my soul a little bit here, this is actually a pretty difficult decision for me. I'm kind of torn between the two worlds of thinking that I'm not doing this for money, you know, I'm doing this to help people, and the notion that artists of all types deserve to be compensated and recognized for the work if it's appreciated. I managed to justify it by offering some custom and unique content for those of you generous enough to help support this dream of mine. You can find out more on the Patreon page itself, but I'm offering things like access to my Instagram, which will include previews and daily updates of my life, custom videos, shoutouts, custom ringtones and notifications, private audios, opportunities to collaborate. The list goes on. I want to stress, however, that my content here on YouTube and SoundCloud will not slow one bit. I will still be delivering videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as my holiday specials. It'll be business as usual, either way, I promise. And that about brings us to a close, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. As always, I'd like to end on what is, and always will be, the most important of all notes. Thank you all for being here, for listening, and for helping me continue to pursue and grow my dream. Through this channel, your comments, your feedback, and your messages, I've been able to achieve so much, and more importantly, help so many people, you know? Like when the passions of your life intersect, when you can do what you like and bring peace and happiness to people in the process, it's just, it's living a miracle. And by being here, by subscribing, by listening and making me feel like I should keep doing this, you're helping me live one of the happiest periods of my life so far. So, thank you. All of you. Well, I guess that'll be it for now, so Cheers.